All right, sound good.
George Kilpatrick, inspiration for the nation, celebrating people we feel good about. Well, you know this brother is a brother I feel real good about. Willie Jolley is in the house, motivational speaker, author. It Only Takes a Minute to Change Your Life, and many other books, but that's the one that came to mind first, right? And of course, he and his lovely wife, Dee, they have the podcast every Monday night, live stream. I see it on, I think you do it on YouTube, but it always comes up for me on LinkedIn, but that's okay. But Willie Jolley has been a friend of the show for many, many years, a mentor and a friend. And Willie, you got some breaking news for us here in the
tomorrow morning, GK, and I call him GK folks because we've been friends for a long time, and I am grateful for his friendship. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be a guest with my wife on the Today Show. We're going to be on the Today Show. We're going to be on the third hour of the Today Show, and it's due to what you just said, George, which is the organic popularity of our programming for relationships and marriages. We started this a number of years ago, just on a lark. My son said to us one day, look, my friends don't believe when I tell them that I'm in my early 30s and I've never seen my parents argue.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to have some friends over to just see, I can give them some tips about a few friends. I said, oh, okay. And we went out to dinner and we came back. There were about 100 people in our line, all these young kids with pizzas and soft drinks. And they said, tell us. So we gave them our tips on how to be happily married, how to stay married, how to not argue. And we've been married 37 years now, haven't had an argument in 35 years. Now, that doesn't mean we never disagree. We disagree a lot, but we got past the arguing. We used to have arguments when the first couple of years were like World War III. But we learned from some wise marriage mentors how to stop arguing and getting to loving. And we used it, we put it in a book, and this book now has become a popular mentorship book for married people on how
go ahead.
How to not argue and how to have a great marriage.
So I'm trying, I know I have the title in my head. So I'm trying
Make love. Make money,
make it last.
Make it last.
Yes,
make love, make money, make it last.
Yes,
there you go.
I had it.
And it's very popular. And people can go to jollymarriage.com and get a free chapter from the book, absolutely free. There are three big boulders that break up marriage, George, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow morning on the Today Show. Sex, money, and communication. Those are three big issues that make up marriage. But if you communicate well, your love life will be better. You communicate well, your money life will be better. And you communicate well, you will be able to have a greater, smoother, sweeter relationship. So what we've tried to teach people in the book are the mentorship points that were taught to us, that we embraced, that got us from arguing and almost breaking up to not having an argument in 35 years. And now at 37 years, we are like newlyweds. And it's amazing. So what we want to do is tell people. So join us tomorrow morning on the third hour of the Today Show. And for those who can't watch it or can't DVR, go to jollymarriage.com and get the free chapter. And then if you want, get the book. But when you get the book, what I recommend is get 2 copies. One for each of you, so you can grow together. Not one read it, then the other one read it. No, you grow each chapter, talk about it, another chapter, talk about it. And George, you mentioned the Monday night show. Every Monday night on Facebook Live, on Instagram Live, and on LinkedIn Live, we do the Jolley Marriage Show. So you can follow us on A Jolley Marriage on Facebook, A Jolley Marriage on Instagram, and Willie Jolley LinkedIn Live. We have a great show on Monday night. We talk about everything. We don't hold back. There's some spicy topics that come up.
Listen, here's what every man wants to know. Okay,
yes.
Willie, why this? I'm speaking for all the brothers out here. Ready?
Yes.
Why does she think we can read her mind?
yeah, that's one of the issues we talk about, that no one married a mind reader.
Come on now, sisters.
And so you see certain tendencies that men do and certain that women do. Now, one of the things that men do, what they do is they call stonewalling. So what they do is, I'm upset and I'm putting a stone wall up. I ain't saying nothing. This conversation is over.
That's what the brothers say. That's what they
That's
say.
what the brothers say. And I tell brothers, that's not what you want to do, brothers. But then the women respond with the silent treatment. The silent treatment.
Yes. Okay. you know, wait, Willie, you know why I'm mad at you. Why?
So what we do in the book is we give you principles and techniques so that you can get what we call the difficult critical conversations handled. And one of those processes is called the 4F process to greater relationship communication. 4 F's: be friendly.
Mm-hmm.
When you got an issue with somebody, don't come in hostile, don't come in belligerent, because they're gonna put up defense mechanisms. Be friendly. If that means you got to take a walk or go count to 10 or something before you say what you got to say, do that. Calm down. Now, be friendly. Be frank about your feelings. Now, tell the truth about your feeling. Not you did this, you did that. You did
right. Use I statements is what I'm hearing you say.
Here's what you want to say: this is how that made me feel. What happened today made me feel X way. And many men won't say it hurt my feelings. You gotta be willing to say it hurt my feelings. Be friendly, be frank about your feelings, be fair. Now, being fair means you take time to listen to their side of the story. Oh, I didn't realize what I didn't realize. Oh, okay, I get it now. Be friendly, be frank about your feelings, be fair, and then be focused on a win-win. Yeah, look. You got to be in it to win it. So what D and I do, and that's my wife D and I, we rather than attack each other, we attack the problem. Okay, we gang up on the problem, and once we do that, we are in this together. Whether it is something we disagree about with kids, most of these things would have been with kids or money. And we don't really argue about money. We just may say, well, I want to put the money here, I want to put the money there. But it's usually the kids, how we're going to handle one of our children, where we might not always disagree on little stuff, but we don't argue. We talk through it. Okay, what we're going to do. All right. And we give you principles in the book to help you through that.
You have adult children, obviously. And one of the things, when you were talking about be friendly, be frank, and be focused on the problem and not the person, that's probably the hardest thing, right?
That's
because oftentimes I know when I'm let me speak for myself. Okay. Yeah. you also want to be heard. And I think oftentimes both of us aren't trying to hear each other, right? Or I'm only supposed to hear you, and I need you to hear me too. And so that's that communication piece.
Be friendly, be frank about your feelings, be fair. Now, when you're fair, both of you get a chance to share your ideas, your
right. And then she has to be able to finish without me interrupting, right?
Now, that's important. Now, I understand. You got to let them get their part out, okay? You got to let them get it out. You just got to let them. You got to listen. You got to listen. You got to be listening. You got to listen. Okay. But also listen with the ear to say, what can I learn in this?
Right.
I mean, we have had 37 years together, or actually 40 years together, 37 years married, 35 years without an argument. It really is profoundly incredible, because we don't argue. We don't argue. And we have learned that from some principles. Principles, George, are bedrock. You throw a rock up 100 times to come down 100 times because of a principle called gravity. Yes. The same is true for these principles in the book. They work. These folks, many of them have been married 40, 50, 60 years, gave us great mentorship. So this is a mentoring book to mentor you. If you can't get a mentor live, get the book or get the audio book, listen or read it and grow from it, because it'll make a difference.
You know, Willie, what have you learned from each other, even as you've been doing this series every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern? We should also say it's 9 p.m. Eastern time on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Is it YouTube?
It's on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and then it's on YouTube as well. We have a Jolly Marriage Show YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. All right. So, I mean, what have you learned? How have you grown since you started doing this every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Here's one of the most interesting things, George, is understanding your mate's temperament.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is very important because realizing that there are different temperaments, different personality styles. I am an extrovert. My wife is an introvert. We never knew that before this show, or wasn't evident that I love doing this. I love every time you call me, I say, let's go, George. Let's
Yes, you're right.
All right, let's go. Because this is what I love to do. I love inspiring, being in front of the audience, being in front of the camera, being in front of the microphone. My wife, on the other hand, does not. Okay, this is a struggle for her. So I had to realize over time that we have different temperaments. So she is going to never be, I can't, no matter what I want to do, because of her temperament, it's like writing. She writes with her right hand. No matter what you try and do, I can't make her write with her left hand.
Correct.
No matter what I do, her eye color is not going to change. This is how she came to the planet. And so we can learn to adjust, but there are certain hard wiring. And that's what I think many couples don't realize. And that's what we've learned about each other, is that you are hardwired. So once I know that she's hardwired, that this is not comfortable, I don't push her. You say, come on, get on, fight up. No.
Because that's who you are, right?
That's who I am. But let her be her. She lets me be me. And that's when the chemistry of the show, because when she talks, it's very profound. And when she got something to say, she gonna tell you, she is like straight, no chaser, so she gonna tell a straight story.
And that's also, so that means that you have to figure out the rhythm, right? Because on the other hand, if you're always ready and she's got to ruminate with her a little bit, there's also rhythm when she can add to something, even if you can keep going, correct?
But we've got something that is really amazing. And if you watch the show, you'll see it. We cut each other off. Almost to a point where some people say, but y'all don't get angry with it. No, we interject, we jump in and finish each other's thoughts. We went to a lunch with a couple, and we did that through the whole lunch. Kind of, she would touch me on my arm, she'd jump in, I touch her on her arm, I jump in. And they said, the information, they were loving the information, they're taking notes. They said, but the most intriguing thing beyond these pages of notes is how y'all kind of cut each other off and no one gets offended. He said, and he said, if my wife did that to me, I'd be mad. And she said, yeah, he did that. But that's part of the rhythm, part of this what we've done over these number of years we've been doing the show. And man, it's been amazing how many people say that's what really makes it intriguing and attractive.
And Dee has been a part of your business, obviously, for all these years. And yet, and you've been the one out front. And now what I love about it is you've created an out front space for the two of you.
Yeah.
And I think that's very significant.
Well, you'll see that tomorrow morning on the show, man. You'll see how she really does have an out front, and she will tell what she has to say, and it'll be very clear and pointed.
And I have to say, I met Dee and Willie when they were in Syracuse not too long ago. Very lovely, and you can see the love and the chemistry. So you want to see that love and that chemistry, tune in every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And the best thing to do is just subscribe to the pages, because I get the notification, really. It's not like I don't get the notification.
Right. Follow me on
Willie
LinkedIn.
Jolley is going live.
Follow me on LinkedIn. Follow me on A Jolley Marriage on Facebook, A Jolley Marriage on Instagram, and you'll get the notices. And Willie Jolley LinkedIn Live, and then you'll get the notice 9 o'clock on Monday night. And then tomorrow morning, just third hour of the Today Show, and then go to jollymarriage.com or ajollymarriage.com and get the free chapter from the book, and it will bless you. Of course, you will know I'm on Sirius XM with the Willie Jolley Wealthy Way show.
Yeah, I love that show.
Saturdays,
it's so fun. Sometimes I forget it's on, Willie. Saturdays, 4 o'clock, Sirius
Channel
XM.
141. Channel 141.
HUR Voices 141 HUR
And it
Voices.
re-airs Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6
p.m. Eastern time. All right.
Yeah.
So listen,
Oh,
Willie.
one more thing. I'm on Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell Monday through Friday every morning.
Get Up Mornings
on the Radio One network on Get Up Mornings, and Get Up Mornings on the app and online. So I do a Wake Up and Win message at 8:20 every morning.
All right, listen, tell a friend to tell a friend. Tomorrow morning, third hour of Today. We don't have to tell you where, you know where it is. Whenever the Today show comes on, wherever you are, third hour of Today. But if you're in the East, you know what time that is. 9 o'clock Eastern time. So listen, Willie, there was one thing you always do when you come on. So I'm gonna let you leave with that.
You're gonna leave with it rather than begin with it. You have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. It's forced upon you. You can't refuse it. You didn't seek it. You didn't choose it, but it's up to you to use it. You must suffer if you lose it. Give account if you abuse it. It's just a tiny little minute, but your eternities are wrapped up in it. It's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure for me to be on with my friend, George Kilpatrick, on Inspiration for the Nation. That's
your boy, Willie Jolley, Inspiration for the Nation. And by the way, Willie, before I go, I just want to say one more thing. I'm getting in my inbox every morning fabulous videos. So tell people.
Oh, yeah, you go to Win with
I
Willie.
get the video.
You get them, the winwithwillie.com, winwithwillie.com, winwithwillie.com. Sign up for my newsletter. And every morning, Monday through Friday, you'll get a 1-minute positive motivational video. And people around the world are raving about this, how it lifts their spirits and sends them out with a positive message. And that's what we want people to have. So winwithwillie.com and go and enjoy it and sign up for the newsletter. It's all free, too. That's free. Free. F-R-E-E. You can't be free. So my pleasure, man. Thank you, George Kilpatrick. Kiss your bride and your family. I saw y'all online. I saw a picture of your whole family. I think it was celebrating a birthday or something.
Yes.
And these are grown folks. You got grown folks.
Yeah. They grow.
They all grown. Well, man, give your bride and your family my best, and everybody in your neighborhood. We had such a great time in Syracuse when I spoke there. Man, blessings to you.
Amen. Inspiration for the Nation.